So let me create a class here and let me call it um, let me create a stream builder. StringBuilder Methods. So guys, who's here in class? Because I feel so much silence. Are you guys here?
Yes, we are.
Yes, Professor.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm not teaching to a computer. So we are, talking about some methods like char at, right? Just like strings, index of, length, and substring. Okay?
Excuse me, can you make the text a little bit bigger?
Much bigger.
Yep.
I'm not gonna be able to write here. Okay, that's bigger enough. Okay. What was it that I saw? It was. What was it that I did it the whole time? I think somewhere here. Okay, let me see here. Can you see it better now? Maria.
Yes. Yes. Sí. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we have this string builder, SB equals new string builder, and then we're gonna pass programming. So we're passing programming there. Okay. So we're creating a string builder, and the content is programming. So we're gonna have the word programming here. Okay. So we have here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's the length of this, guys? What's the length of this?
11.
11. Okay. Remember, always length is this, the index plus 1. and the index is length -1. Okay. So we do this. Another string SB, string SUB, SB, that's substring, right? Remember substring, what is for? Substring, remember guys, what is for?
Give you a substring of a string.
Just to get a portion of the string, right? So we're gonna say SB sub, index of G, and that's gonna be the start, and the end is gonna be index of MI. Okay, so that sub is gonna be just the index of G, which is which one? Index of G.
3.
3. So it's gonna be like this, 3. And the index of me,
7, 8.
it's only 1. Okay, it's only 1, mister. Okay, so we're gonna say now int, because the length is given as an integer, int, and then we say sb.length, right? And then we say char, sh, and we say sb, the char at 5. And then we say sysout, say sub plus, and then plus len, and then plus, and then plus sh. Okay, so guys, what do you think that we're gonna get here? What do you think that we're gonna get to? No answer at all?
Rhymy.
Okay, so length, oh,
Maybe gram 3 ch.
Let's see.
Yes is 5 is that's A.
So we get gram, right? Which is this.
Mhm.
Remember that substring inclusive for the initial and not inclusive for the last one. Okay, so basically gets 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the last one is not included. This guy here is not included. Okay, the chart is 5, which is A, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's A, and that's what we got here. The length is 11. Okay, so this is 11 like we saw before. Okay, so this returns this. So we can put the comma here, and then we get this. Okay. get a comma here. Good. Okay, so now we have StringBuilder. Let's use the append method. So we have StringBuilder B equals new StringBuilder, right? And then we say append 1, append L. Okay. Now we say B, append this, and append true. Now we say sys out B. What do we get? What do we get here?
True.
Okay. We get 1L dash true. Okay. So here we have 1L that is appended to this guy. Then B, the value of B is 1L. Then we append to the B, which is 1L dash and then true. And the final value is 1L2. Guys, are you okay today?
I am typing with you. I am typing at the same time, so I know how to do this, but you're going too fast for me.
Am I going fast? Really?
Yeah, you type very fast.
Oh, because you're following me.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard to follow the professor. The professor cannot go to the pace of many students, you know. Otherwise, I would not finish. Okay. So we have another one.
So my suggestion, can you do a break? Can you do a commit so I can?
A commit?
Yeah, put the code in the repository.
You mean committed now? Committed now?
No. A break time.
Oh, you guys need a break?
Oh,
No, I said at break time, do a commit of the code to GitHub.
Oh, yeah, why not? Yes, why not? Not a problem. Okay. So we have StringBuilder. And then we have Builder. Just name it Builder. Say new StringBuilder. Right? And then we say programming. Again, same value. Okay. I would say Builder, insert this. Okay, we insert this at a particular index. Okay. Now we're going to say Builder, insert 2. Okay. And then we're going to say sysout print Builder. So what are we going to get here, guys? What do we get here? So this is inserting this guy at position 7. And this is inserting this guy at position 2. So what we get is this. You see? So it returns this. Okay? It's putting this number 2 in position 2. So we have 0, 1, 2. So after the O, well, actually on the O in position 2 is putting a number 2, right? So it's going to look like this, right? And then in position 7, this one here is going to move it forward and put this, right? That's what it does. So basically, is moving everything here like this and putting it, you know, this 2 and this dash here. Okay. Now delete and delete char at. Okay, 2 methods. We say builder, delete 4, 9. Okay. So now let's bring builder. So what happened? So builder.
Delete between 4 and 9?
Yeah, builder before here. Let's bring builder before. Okay. So builder before was like this, right? And then builder is like this. So obviously something was removed.
Does it delete from index 9 up to 9? From the index 4 up to 9?
0. Okay, let me bring builder before we did anything. Okay, let me print it here. This out, builder. Okay. All right. And let me remove it from here. So now we print builder. It's right here. You see? But this is build just the guys with the 4, with the 2 and 2 and the 7 and this guy here. Okay, so now we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So the G is gone. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's deleting everything from 4 to 8 because 9 is not included. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this M here is not being deleted. So basically what it's doing is removing all characters from 4 to 8. 9 not included. You see? That was what it did. So this will return this. Okay. Right? Do you guys understand?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this 4 is included, but this 9 is not. Okay. And I suggest, guys, going back to this, practicing, I just fix it in your, brain, because this guy's going to be in the exam. This guy, all the methods from StringBuilder, the methods from string, that's something that you guys have to repeat and repeat and repeat again because they're confusing. They're confusing. Okay. Okay. So how about if I do this? Builder delete 2 and 1. What do you think? Let me print it. What do we get? What is this?
An X out of bound.
An exception. Why do we get an exception?
They're trying to access an index that doesn't exist.
Guys, remember that you cannot go backwards. They exist because this is 1, 0, 1, 2, right? But how can you delete backwards? You leave from left to right. That's why you get something out of bounds, right?
Right. Yeah.
You do this.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right? We get something even if we print it, right? Even shorter, you see, from 1 to 1. So basically it removed what? Only the R, because remember that the second one is not included. So it removed number 1, 0 and 1. Okay. So this will return, this will, this will delete character at position 1 only. Returns. Okay. Okay, good. So now, and of course, this will so this will not compile. Let me put it here. This will not compile. It will throw an exception. So what if I do this, guys? Builder, delete 1 to 1. And as I see this out, builder. What do you think is going to happen now?
Nothing. It won't delete.
That makes sense, right? So we have here, and nothing happens. So when you have the same, like 4 and 4, right? We get the same thing. Nothing happens. So this
cancels out.
Does not change anything. Guys, and this is what confirms that StringBuilder is mutable. Because if you do this with string, just like this, without saving it in a variable, we don't get anything. But StringBuilder changes just by adding something here, deleting, it will change it anyways. Okay. So that's what makes this class mutable. All right. Let's have another StringBuilder. StringBuilder SB1 equals new StringBuilder, and then we say ABC 1, 2, 3. ABC 1, 2, 3. Okay. What happened here? StringBuilder. Okay. So now we can say SB1 reverse. So what do you think is going to happen? Guys, if we do this with strings, do you think it's going to reverse it? And if I say SL SB1, do you think it's going to print this reverse with a string?
No, because it's immutable.
It's immutable, right? Let's see with this guy. You see? StringBuilder is mutable. Okay? So it inverted this. So here we have the method inverse. Reverse, I'm sorry. Reverse. Right? This one is delete add. We forgot to put here builder delete char at, and we'd say number 2, right? And then builder to our builder. Okay. So this is when you want to specify a specific, right? This is a range. Well, actually, this doesn't do anything, but this is a range, and this is a specific chart that you want to delete. Okay, so you want to delete that at position 2. So this one would be this one here, 0, 1, 2. You deleted the number 2. Okay, this one will return this. Right. Okay. Good. So we have one more here. We have string, my string equals SB1 to string. Guys, do you think that we can assign a string to a string builder, like my string 1 and equal SB1? Do you think that's valid? What are we getting here?
Do we need new string?
Yeah, required tag is a string. We provide a string builder. So this is a string builder, right? So what if we do this? It doesn't work either. So the way it works is by just using the toString method. So we are just converting to a string by using the toString method, like here. And this will make a string, make this a string, and then you can store it here. Okay. So now, what do you think is going to happen here? What do you think we're going to get here? Come on, guys.
321 CBA.
What are we going to get here?
Error.
Lowercase 321 CBA.
Are you sure? Guys, think carefully and tell me what we're going to get here.
Are you getting an
No,
exact?
you will get 321 CBA capital.
So we're getting this, right? Like this is what you mean? Peter?
Yes, 321.
Why?
It is 321.
Or why?
Because it is immutable.
Good. So how can we fix this? How can we print that in lowercase? How can we print it?
We have to assign the value first.
No string.
New string,
Like this?
like new string.
Something like that?
Yeah, you have to put New string, my new string.
There you go.
That's it.
Right?
Mhm.
Right? Because we changed it to a string. That's why we have to treat it as a string. Okay? So we're done with this one. You guys understand this?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Who said no?
Can you hear me?
Who is this?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, my microphone was not working.
What is it that you don't understand, Maria?
I lost the last part. I'll watch the video. That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So let's see another one. Let's understand equality. Okay. So let's come here and just come to strings and create another class name string. Okay. And then let's call it understanding equality. Okay. So now we have PSVM, right? And we say StringBuilder 1 equals new StringBuilder, and that's it. No passing of value. Okay. So we say StringBuilder 2, right? 2, and then StringBuilder 3, right? But now we're gonna say 3 equals 1 append Java, right? So now we can say sys out 1 equals 2, one equals 2. So this one will return a, oh. So this one will return false, because when we create a string builder, we're creating a new string builder in a different location. Okay, so now if we take a look at we say sysout, right? And we say 1 hash code, right? And we say plus system plus this, and then we pass 1, right? And then we do the same with 2, right? 2, and then we pass 2. This is the confirmation that they're not the same. Okay? That's the confirmation. Whenever you want to know when two objects are the same, just invoke identity hash code method, and it will tell you. Okay? That's why this guy, they're not the same. Okay? Now if I do this, 1 equals 3, and then I say 1 equals 3, right? Then we get something interesting. We get true. Okay? Because remember, this guy is pointing to the same reference as this one. Remember that these are two, connected now. If I make a change to 3, 1 would be affected too. Okay? Now, if I just take the hash codes of these two guys, right? And I say 1 and 3, 1 and 3, and I just print this, we get that they have the same hash code. Okay, very interesting. Now let me append something to 1. I would say 1 append ha 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 ha. Okay, and let me just use out 3. Right. So I just print this, and I get ha 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 for 3. You see how interesting that is? I appended something to 1, right? But you know, as they are pointing to the same reference because there's an equal symbol here, not equal, assignment. You're assigning whatever value is here to 3. Then whenever you change one of the two, 1 is going to be, they're going to be affected. Now, if I say 3 append this, right? Then I print 1, and now I get that 2. Okay? So be careful with that, right? This will affect both objects, 3 and 1. Okay? Now, if I do this again, I get the same guys here. Okay? The same place in memory. Okay? You seeing this, guys? Okay, good. Now let's have something else. Say string X equals Java, and string Y equals Java. Right? And now we say sysout X equals Y. Guys, you know the answer to this. X equals Y. What do you think is the answer? The answer is true, because they have the same value. Remember the string pool? Whenever you have a value, they are the same for strings. It doesn't create a new string. It's just pull it from the pool. Okay? So all of them are pointing to the same reference. So if I say Z, and I say Java, and then I say this, right? So Y equals Z. And then X equals C. Right? So now we get true, true, true. Okay? All of them are the same. Okay? So now we have another one here, string A equals Java. And then we say string B equals Java dot trim. Okay. So now we say sysout A equals B, and we say plus A equals B. Okay. So now if we print this, we get true. this doesn't matter here because, you know, originally it didn't have any spaces here. So we're still getting the same thing. Okay. What if it is space here? Some spaces here. And then we run it and we get false. Okay, because we had a space here. Okay, and it's not the same string. So we put it here, no space, string doesn't affect anything, and we get true. Okay. Now what if we have this one now? String C equals Java. And then we say string D equals space ja dot trim plus fa. Okay, and now we say this out C equals B, and then we say C equals B. Okay, so now we say this and we get true. Okay, same thing here. The trim is not doing anything, and we are concatenating these two guys. Well, the tree is bringing this guy here.
It's D. C equal D.
Actually, it's D. Yeah, that's why it went through. So now we say, and we get false. No, because we have space here. Okay, so if it is B, yes, it is the same. But if it is D, it's different. Okay, so this returns false. This returns true. This returns true, true, and true. Right? How about this one? String B1 equals Java. Do you think that this one is the same as B?
Yep.
Okay, that is correct. B1 is the same as B. Okay, good. Okay, so this is all for strings. All right. So guys, let's take a break. Do you have any questions? No questions? Okay, it's right there, Mario, as you requested. Guys, so I see you in 10 minutes. Okay, guys, let's continue. Now we're gonna see another concept. We're gonna see arrays. Arrays is a collection of elements of the same type. Okay, so you can have a number, right? That's an integer. But when you have several integers, that's what we know in Java as array. Not only Java, in other programming languages as well. Okay, so let me create a class, right? Let me create a class so you guys can see it better. And let me call it working with arrays. Okay, now I'm going to say PSVM, right? And I'm going to declare an array. Okay, so this is the way that you declare an array, right, in Java. Now, you can do it either this way, or you can do it the way that I'm going to do it now. So we use the new keyword, and then we put the 3 elements here. So basically, this is the size of the array. This is a fixed array, right? It's not resizable. It has 3 elements. That's it, right? So you can also do this one, which is not very common. Okay. Let me give it a different name because I already have that name. So, okay. So 2 different ways to declare an array. Put in the square brackets right after the type or right after the variable name. Okay. So very important. This is another way. Okay. This is another way to declare an array. Okay. Now let me create another one. Let me say 2, right? And now we say new int, and then we say this, okay? But now we're going to put the values, okay? So that's a different way to do it too, okay? So here you have 3 values. You put the size of the array here, or you can put the size of the array right like this, the actual values, okay? Here you will have to do, like, for example, 1, 0 equals 11, okay? And 1, 1 equals 12, and 1, 2 equals 13. So this is very similar to strings. Remember, a string is an array of characters. So this, we can see this number 10 as the index number 0, right? So we can put 0 here, right? And then this one can be 1, and this one can be 2. So basically, that's what it is, right? Okay. Right? Now, if we want to print this, we can say 1, 0. And that's it. That's going to give us 11, right? So let me run this so you guys can see it. And then we have 11 here, okay? So arrays are declared using the square bracket, right? You can put the size inside here, right? Or you can put the size like this, the actual elements. If you don't have the actual elements, then you can just assign the elements like this and put it in every index. In this case, begin with 0, 1, 2. So arrays in Java or any other languages are 0-based. They start from 0. Okay. Now, this
What
is
would be the I have a question. What would be the default value without you assigning a value to the array?
0, like that. Okay. If I print 1, to string, no. So I can say 4 x equals 0, x less than 1, the length, and x plus plus. Then we can say int. Then we can say, and of course this is semicolon here. I can say is out, and we say 1.x, right? And then that's gonna give us the values of that. Okay, that's gonna be 0, 0, 0. You see? By default, when our array is empty, this is an empty array. Okay, we're just declaring the size of the array, but we haven't put anything inside. Okay, empty array. Okay, so an empty array. If I do the same now, here, right? I do the same here, then we're gonna get values. Okay, we're gonna get 11, 12, and 13. So this is not an empty array anymore. And of course, this is not an empty array either. So if I do the same thing here, this will return the values for me, right? And this is 2, and this is 2, right? So you have to put this is a for loop like we saw before, all right? So now I get array 2, and I get 10, 11, and 12, okay? So we can say here, sys out, right? Sys out, and we say array 2, right? And then instead of putting ln, I just put print, so I can have them one next to the other, okay? So I can put some space here, so I can have one next to the other. So when I print it, I get this one here, one next to the other. I can do the same with this one, and I can say array 1, right? And I can say this, space, and we get array 1 here as well, okay? Right? But of course, I need to put some sys out here so that we can have a break line here, and then we have this here, okay? So by default, an array when it's created and is given a size like this one is empty, and the values is 0, 0, 0, okay? As soon as you start adding values, then you print it again, and then you get the values. But when an array has this, it's an array with 3 elements, and not empty, okay? Right? Now, this array doesn't have any add elements or insert anything, right? It doesn't have that because it's not resizable, okay? It's not resizable. It has a fixed set length, okay? It's not the same as a collection. A list collection is resizable. You can shrink it, you can increase it, right? We're gonna get there. Okay, so I can say another one, I can say double, right? Double, and then this is an array of doubles. B equals new double, sorry. And then we can say 2.55. Okay, now this, sorry. Okay, this doesn't work because the size has to be an integer. It cannot be this guy. Remember, the size has nothing to do with the value of these guys. So if I put here 5, then it works. That is the size of the array. It doesn't mean that that's the values array. So size or length, it's always an integer. Okay, so array length, it's always an integer. Okay, so this will not compile. right? So I can say this will not compile. Now, what if I do this? Double. Just give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. So we can say double B equals new double. And then we can say here 4 multiplied by 5 divided by 2. Okay? This makes sense because at the end of the day, we're going to get an integer, right? This is going to be what? 10, right? The size of this is going to be 10. So we can just go ahead and put, B dot 0, right? Dot 0. Or probably we can do a for loop, right? We can do a for loop and say for int I equals 0. Then we can say I is less than the length of, of B, and then I equals. And of course, I am putting this guy here, okay? So now we can say B equals I, this guy, because this is the index. It begins with 0, and it will be incrementing. This I is going to be incremented every time there's an iteration here. Okay? So we're going to say this, and then, or actually it's not like this. It's like this, and we assign I. Okay? So now,
Is that gonna work?
what? Okay? Okay, so now, if I run this, it will run without any problems, right? No problems. But now, if I try to print that array, okay, which is outside here, and I do this, and I say for int, like this, same thing, for int x equals b length, and then I say b, then we're gonna get these results. We're gonna get this. Okay, and very interestingly, we get a lot of, guys here. See? Why? Because remember that the array is a double. So it's going to change the integer to an array, to a double, sorry. This I is an integer, but it's going to say 0, 0.0, 1.1, 1.0, 2.0.
That's surprising. That's what I said, if that's gonna work, because it's not assigned.
It's casting the integer for the I into double, right?
Integer is promoted to a double. That's why it does that.
Oh.
So I can say here double, but it's less effective this way,
But it's not, gonna run?
it's
not
not
gonna run because I always have to be an integer, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So this is the best way. Oh. Right? So that's the way it is. Let IntelliJ change it to a double. Okay. Now I can do this. +1, so we can get from 1 to 10 instead of from 0 to 9, and then we get this is out of bounds. Okay, that makes sense because in this case I should put 1 instead of maybe remember that I have 10 here, So I should build his and put equals here, okay? And then put 0 here. I can put this equals, and then I can say probably plus 1 here, and then still get that. But I can put here 1, and then we get, you know, all the numbers. What's going on here? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we're going here is 10 numbers. From 1 to 10 is not 10. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 numbers. Okay.
It's trying to get the last one. I mean, to get the index equal to length, but the length, you cannot go to that index.
Yeah.
There is no position 10. It's position 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, line 29 should be less.
What we have to do probably is this.
No, I think the problem is that line 29 should be less than instead of less and equal. Yeah.
Well, that's even worse. Yeah, but that's not what I want. I want to start a 1.
Uh-huh.
So this is putting 0. 0. This is 1, and then
B is going to have 11 elements, right?
11 now. That's why we're getting that. So here, and then we start from 1 here, not from 0. And that, maybe that. You see, we get
yeah. Yeah, because it's going to try to access to B in 12.
Correct. So
out of
yeah. So what we can do is probably put 1 here, and maybe we get the same thing.
Because it's less than unequal. Remove the equal there. Right now.
Which one?
That one. X menor que B length. No. Less than.
Without this?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Because it's not including the 11.
Yeah.
Good. Good. So we're getting that. This will make it go out of bounds. Good. All right. So, and this is only possible because we're doing this. Okay. We'll do this. We get number 9. And we were shooting for number 10. Okay. So maybe do that. Still getting that. That's not good. Now we get that. Okay, so good. Okay, so this will create or initializes an array with 11 size 11.
What's the value of B0?
B0?
Mm-hmm.
B0 is, there's no B0 here in the print. B0 is 0.0. If it equals this to 0, we set it to 0. Otherwise, it would not be print this one, the 0.0 ever. Okay? Because the first index is not 0, it's 1. Okay? B0 is 0. Okay? Based on this.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Okay. Good. So now we have double.
I don't know what that means. If you like, I can search the web for. Okay, good. So now we have double.
Integer x equals 4, and then integer y equals 4. Now we have double C equals new double x multiplied by y. Okay. So this will create an array of 16 elements. Okay. So now we can say int 3 equals 10, 11, 12. That's another way to declare an array. Okay. And this is what they call an anonymous array. Okay. Anonymous because we don't put a size like this one. Like this one. And we don't use any new keyword or anything. It's just anonymous. Just put the curly braces and we put the values. Just straightforward. Okay. Now we can have an empty array as well. 4 equals this. That's an empty array. Okay. Anonymous empty array. Okay. So now we can say, for example, int a 81 like this, int a2 like this, int, and maybe a3 we can create like this. Okay, and int 4. Guys, be careful with this because in the exam they may give you different ways to declare arrays, and they may try to confuse you with that. Okay? Perfect. Okay. So those are valid ways to just initialize an array. Okay. We can have another way, say int IDs and then types. Okay. This will create 2 arrays. This will create 2 arrays. It's like saying integer x equals 4 and then y equals 6. Okay. Of course, I already have x here and y. That's why it's giving me this error. So I can say this 1. Okay. You put the type only one time, type the array, and then you can put the variables. Or simply you can do this, just initialize it, not initialize it. Just put this, and it's valid. Same thing with arrays. Okay. So this is not good, guys. This is not good. Okay, because this is creating an array and an integer. Okay, this is an array here, right? So we're creating an array here, but at the same time, this int is being used for this one. So we're creating an array and an integer. That is not good practice. That's bad practice because we're creating two variables with different types in the same line. Not good. Okay. So let's see an array of animals. Okay. String, right? And then animals. Beautiful. Right? And then we say this is an anonymous array, like we saw before. We have parrot, right? And we have dog. And we have cat, right? We have an anonymous array, like we said before, right? Now we have string, my animals equals animals, okay? So we are assigning this array to another array, right? And then we can say string other animals equals parrot, dog, and cat. Right? Now let's do something. Let's do something. Sys out animals equals my animals. What do you think it's going to return? Okay, so if we check, we get 1 moment. We get true. Remember, strings are immutable. Strings are immutable.
These parts, right, are called HTML attributes. And each of those HTML attributes have a value. So the src.
Okay, so these strings they're immutable, right? They're immutable. So we are comparing strings, arrays of strings, and at the same, at the end of the day, they're strings, right? Even though they're an array, they're strings. So that's going to be put a specific place in memory that is going to be the same as, the other one we're comparing to, animals and my animals. Okay. So if now we compare animals equals animals, what do you think we're going to get? Okay, so in this case, we are getting true as well because they have the same content. So they both have the same content and the same space in memory, location in memory. Okay, so let's compare now animals and my animals. Okay, and now we use the array class, arrays and equal, right? And then we put both arrays, all the animals. Okay, and now we're gonna get what? So we're using another way to compare arrays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we get true as well. Okay, so no matter how you see it, these two arrays or these three arrays, they are the same. Okay. Even though they have different names, they have the same location in memory. How about getting the hash code of them? So I can say animals, hash code, right? And I can say system dot identity hash code, and then say animals, right? And then I can do the same with my animals and other animals, right? And then we say this with other animals. We print that, and then we get, see? So you see how interesting this is? It's giving me a different location in memory, right? But at the same time, it's telling me that these guys are true, are equal. You see? Let me see something here. Let me compare this guy here, okay? Because and we get false. Okay, so these guys are not the same. They're not the same with this one. These guys are the same because they are linked here, but these guys are not the same. Okay, they have different location in memory. I can see that this guy will check the content. Okay, the equals check the content. Don't forget that. It always check the content, and they have the same content, but they don't have the same space in memory, the same location. So this one will return false. Okay. Okay. So now if I print animals, we get something weird, okay? Because we get the object as it is. This is the object, right? So we have to do something like this. To string, so we can get something more.
It's the same weird object, but in a string format.
Yeah, to string. Okay, so now what can be done to make it, readable, we have to use the class arrays, and then we say to string, and then we pass the animals. Okay, and now we have something more interesting. Okay, so here we're getting something strange. Okay, we got something strange. Okay, here we got something strange too, right? This guy here, right? So we print this, and we get the same thing. But if you use the class arrays, right, and use the method to string, which is part of this class, and pass that array, then you get this. Okay, that is one way. You can easily use for animal in animals, right? Okay, I don't think sometimes. Sorry, interference from other languages, and here you have to say animal. Okay, what is that? Oh, it's a string. Sorry, it's a string. Okay, so we are bringing the string, and then we say sys out and they say animal. So now we're printing that and we get exactly the same, but now it's going to be a little, more readable than before. All right. And by the way, this is an enhanced loop for loop, enhanced for loop. It's not the same as the other one that we used before. This is a for loop, a regular for loop. This is an enhanced for loop. Very common in other languages. In Python, it's super common. Okay. But in other languages, you put in this, like in Linux, you put in, right? Here you have to put colon. All right. I like this way better than this one. This is in the array format. This is in the string format. Okay. And of course, if I just remove this ln and just leave a space between the other ones, I'm gonna print one next to the other. Okay, and that makes more sense. Right? I can even put here a counter, say int counter, right, equals 1, right? And then you can say here, maybe you can say counter, right? Something like that. And then you can say counter plus plus. All right. And that's going to print something nicer like this. But in this case, I'm going to put here this ln, and I'm going to print one below the other. All right. Now we have 1, 2, and 3. All right. So something like that. Okay. Different ways to print an array. Okay. So an array is not like a list. A list you can print it like this, and then you get something beautiful, right? But an array, when you print this, you get an object here. That's not beautiful at all. So you have to use this class arrays, that toString, and put the pass that particular array. All right. Beautiful. Any questions, guys?
While you're at the counter, are you just trying to count how many animals and animals?
Sorry, what did I use the counter
The
for?
counter.
The counter is just to print this 1, 2, 3.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I put it before here, which is increment with every iteration, because I put here plus plus, right?
Okay.
So this is gonna be 1 at the beginning. Then it's gonna say 1 dot the first animal. Increment 2 dot the second animal. Increment 3 dot the third animal, and it exits the loop because the array only has 3 elements. All right. Nice. So let's see another one, but now we're gonna name it using arrays. Okay, using arrays. Say PSVM. Right. I would say strings, string pets, and then we say parrot, cats, and dog. Okay. So how do we print the first element, guys? The first element, Maria? How do we print the first element?
Well, you can do a couple of ways, but pet, square bracket 0.
Nice. Good. Good. Okay. So we have the first one. Then we have the second one. Of course, this is the rustic way. Okay.
Mm-hmm. More work.
Yeah, and just in case you want to be specific or something. Sorry. Okay. Cat, parrot, cat, and dog. Okay. So now if I do this, what do you think is gonna happen, guys? What's gonna happen?
Exception, index out of bound.
Correct. So this will give an exception index out of bounds. Okay. Right. Throws array out of index out of bounds since we only have 3 elements. Okay. Right. Now, can we do this?
Yes.
We can do that, right? So we can reassign values, right? We can reassign values, right? So let's try it. Okay. For bird, string, bird, in birds, in pets, I'm sorry. I continue with in. Okay. Then we say sys out bird. Okay. So I just print it. And I get that the new array has a pet here. Okay. So I can say here sys out new array, or maybe modify array. Right? Right? So we can do this. And then this, and we print one next to the other. Okay? Modify array, bird, cat, old. Okay? Got it. So we can reassign values, okay? And modify the array. Okay? Now, how about this? For int I equals 0, and then I is less than pet's length minus 1, and then we say I that, and then we get this out pets I. Let's see what we get. Cat. Okay. Right. We get bird and cat, not cat. Bird and cat.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Yes, you get bird and cat.
Yeah.
You need a line between the.
Yeah, I didn't see this bird here on top of this. It's a cat, and I was surprised that they only printed cat because we reduced the length by 1, right? So it's only looping 2 times and getting only 2. Okay, so this will print only bird and cat. Okay. Actually, bird cat. Okay. Turns bird, cat, and dog. We can say these are pets, and then we get something weird, right? So how can we print this that we can see it in a humanly readable format?
Array dot.
What do we say?
Array dot.
Array like this?
Yeah.
There's no class array.
No.
Arrays.
Arrays.
So now we say what?
I don't remember. You use it.
To string,
No.
and then we put pest. Okay. Now, and we get bird, cat, and dog. It's arrays. You have to pass this class, and then to string, and then pets. Okay. Let's create another array, and let's call it numbers. Okay. I will say new int, and then let's give it a size of 5. Right. We say sysout arrays to string numbers. What do you think we're gonna get?
Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's by default then. Okay. Right? By default, that's what we get. Okay. So now we can say, for example, for, right, int I equals 0, I less than numbers length, which is 5, and then we say I plus plus, and now we say numbers I equals I plus 10. Or we can say numbers I plus 10. Is it not the same?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same because we are. The second one is numbers in I equal number in I plus 10.
Correct. So guys, be careful in the exam, may confuse you like this. Okay? I is not the same as numbers I. Remember that when you do this, it's the same as numbers I equals numbers I plus 10. That's not the same as this.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So be careful with that. Okay? Okay? So now, what do you think we're going to get here?
$11 to 11, 12, things like that.
11? We're adding 10.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, from 10 to 15.
Let's do it. Yeah, we have to print now.
There's not a sysout. Uh-huh.
I have to print it.
Mm-hmm.
To 14, yeah.
10 to 14. Okay? Because it begins with 0. All right? If we do this, we get this guy. Same thing as before. All right? Okay. So in this case, we're getting this. Okay? So the first iteration, I equals 0, right?
But you don't put the sysout inside the for loop so you can see it printed one by one.
Oh, yeah. All right. But at the end of the day, you're going to have an exception as well. The exception is going to be there anyways. All right. So numbers 0 is going to be 0 plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be 10. Right? So if we run it now, that's what we get here. 10. Right? Second time, second iteration, right? Iteration number 2, I is going to be 1, right? The number 1 is going to be what?
11. 1 plus 10.
1 plus 10.
1 plus 10 is 11.
It's going to be 11. Okay. And then we have iteration number 3. This is going to be 2. And then 2 is going to be 2 plus 10. It's going to be 12.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then we get the same 4. It's going to be, I is going to be 3. Then this 3, 3. And then this is going to be 13. And then the last one, number 5, right? Then this is going to be 4. This is going to be 4. 4 plus 10, that's 14. Okay? So the print is going to be this one. All right? Right? So this is the kind of analysis that you guys have to do the exam. And it's going to be more complicated than this. This is very easy. Right? I know what I'm telling you. Okay. So now we have another one here. It's like 4 int I equals 0, and then I less than numbers that length, right? And then I plus plus. And now we can say sys out numbers okay. So let's see how you can see now. Much better now, right? Beautiful. So let's create another array. And this is going to be with the wrapper class. Okay. Nums equals new integer, and then 4. All right. So sys out arrays to string, and then nums. Let's see what we get. Interesting. No, no, no. Remember when we saw initialization for the integer wrapper class, that it was null? So this is a good way to see how values are initialized. So we say strings equals new string, and then we say 6, and then we say sys out arrays to string, and then strings. You see now, no, 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 because a string by default is initialized to null. Okay, so this will return, no, no, no. This will return this one. Okay. So now let's do something interesting. For int I 0, length I So I say I plus plus and then we say nums equals I modulus 3. Okay. Now we can say sysout arrays to string nums. And this is what we get now. 0, 1, 2, 0. Okay, remember the modulus, it gives you the remainder of the division of I divided by 3. Okay? So 0 divided by 3, the remainder is 0. 1 divided by 3, the remainder is 1. 2 divided by 3, the remainder is 2. And 3 divided by 3, the remainder is 0. Okay, so we can say here that do the first iteration 0 is 0 divided by 3, and then the remainder is 0. Okay, same thing here. Sorry. Okay. Second one, third, fourth, then 1, 2, and 3, and then we have 1, 2, and 3, and then we have 1, 2, and 0. So guys, you can do this calculation later, and you will see that the remainder of this calculation is 0. Okay, so we say remainder here. I'll put the word the remainder just in case. We add that here. Oh. Right. Good. Any questions? No questions? Let us see commonly array problems. Common array problems. Yeah, let me create a class here. Let me call it common array problems. So we say PSVM. Right? So let's say here, int numbers equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is an array of 5 elements, index 0 to 4, something that we already know. Okay. So now I can say for int I equals 0, I is less than numbers, that length, right? And then I, this, we say sysout, right? I plus this hyphen here, and then plus number, and then I. Okay, so we're printing this here. And this is all we get. All we get. Okay. So now let's do something similar. And instead of 0, let's put 1, and here -1. Okay. And let's print this. Okay. So let me put some sort of division here so you can see the difference. So what did we just did here? What did we just do?
Decrease the length by 1.
Correct. And what else do we do?
Then we increment by.
Right. But why are we're not getting 0-1 here?
We're starting at 1.
Correct. So we started at 1 and reduced the length by 1. That's why this guy is not printing and this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're just manipulating the array the way we want. All right. So let's do something here. Okay. Int 20. What do you think about that? Do you think that's going to compile?
No.
The size is only at initialization. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Size only at initialization. Okay. So we have to do this. Int nums new int 20. Right. How about this? Int size equals numbers length. What do you think about that? Does compile?
No.
What is the result of size?
It should be array of, right? I think that's an error.
Can you guys tell me why we're getting an error?
There's no value in it.
Nope. It has a value.
Oh.
If you say, if we comment this out, right?
What?
And we say this out arrays,
Uh-huh.
and we say nums, right? We should get 20 zeros. Right?
Right.
It has values. It has values in 0, right? Okay. So this will return 20 zeros. All right. All right. But why we get an error here? You know why? Because length is not a method. Length is a property of an array. You see here, we never put parentheses here. We never put it. Okay. So length is not a method. So this is a common problem in arrays, that people make this mistake, because this will not compile. Be careful with that, because length is not a method. Int size equals numbers.length. Oh my God. That will compile. We say int size, and then we say size equals size. We get 20. Okay. I'm sorry, not 20. What are we talking about? Talking about numbers? I'm talking about nums. Okay, nums. Okay, so nums we get 20. Okay, it's right there. Okay, so that's a very common mistake. Another common mistake that people make is just saying the numbers, the length equals 10. That doesn't work. You don't reassign a length like that. So this does not compile because you can't set the length of an array like it was done above. Only at initialization.
So how do you increase the size of an array
You
or
can't.
keep adding to that array?
You can't.
Do you do an append or not?
No, append is for StringBuilder. Okay, you can't because an array is not resizable. You can't. You have to use a list. You have to use something like this. Okay. Okay. And imported array list. Okay. Then with this guy, you don't have a size, a definite size. You can add as many guys as you want. It's resizable, any size you want, any numbers you want. Okay, and then you can say for integer number in list. I continue to put in. Then you can say is out number. Okay, that is a list, and then you get something like this 579. Okay, now if you want to add more, you can say list add, right? And then 10. List add, and then 13. And then if you do the print again, then you're gonna get more information. You see? The one that allows you to add or remove is a list, right? An array has a fixed size. Okay, so these guys are resizable. And how do you know that you cannot do that? Because array doesn't have any method that removes anything or adds anything. All right? The size is fixed. Once you establish the size here, you cannot put more than 20. All right? With list, you don't put any size. So it's open for any element that you, of course, when you have this guy here, this integer, every single element that you add to the list has to be an integer. I cannot add a string. I cannot say name. I can't. Okay? I can do, if I have something like this guy here, I think, no, it's an object, for example. An object. Then if I have an object, I can add this, right? But of course, I have to have something like this, object, and then object. And then if I print this, I get all the things that I need, right? Because an object is the class of all classes. It will cover everything, especially in the list here. It covers integers, names, booleans. So I can put here list, add, true. Okay. Still will print true. Right here. All right. This is a tough guy. A list is a tough guy. Okay. Okay. So we continue. We still have 18 minutes. Okay. So let's talk about, guys, do you have any questions? No? Maybe? Let's talk about the for each loop. And then let's say PSVI. So we say string names equals an anonymous array. Don't forget that. Jimmy, John, Tom, Anthony. Okay. So we say for I. Okay. For I. This is a for loop, a normal for loop. Okay. For I equals 0. So I is less than names dot length, and that's I equals, and then we say sysout name equals, they say names I. Okay. And then if we print this, we get this. Okay. Then Jimmy and John and Tom, Anthony. Okay. But we can use the for loop or the for each loop, which is the hence loop, and say string name names, and we can do the same thing here. Okay. Instead of using this I here, I can say maybe name instead. So we get this. So basically, this is plain English, guys. This is plain English. We're saying for every string that is a name, okay, for every name of type string, right? In the array names, print the name. That's what we say. That's why we print Jimmy, John, Tom, and Anthony. Okay? That's what we're saying. So we can say for string name in names, and we can say name equals name plus this plus name. Okay, and now we say for, and we'll do the same as we did here. Same here. Okay, or maybe if we do this, same here. Doesn't make sense. Right? So let's do a string builder. String builder. Is an array of string builders. And we do this. This is another way to do it. New string builder. and then we say 4. A new string builder. And then we say loop. Of course, two objects are separated by comma. Right? And then we put this here. All right. So now, if I just print the string builder and I say 4 string builder in builders, I'm sorry, this guy here. We're going to this out builder. Okay. And now we're gonna get for loop. All right. So we're saying, right? We're building a string, an array of builders. And then we open this, right? And we create an object for every single one. Okay? We say for loop. It's like doing this, guys. But for string, we don't need to do this. This is unnecessary. Okay? But for string builder, if you want to create a string builder object, you have to use a new. And then we separate by comma because we have two objects inside the same block. Okay? I could have done this very easily. Okay? String builder. Builder 1 equals new string builder. And then 4. Right? And then create another one. But I'm just creating an array of string builders. That's why I have this anonymous array, right? And then the values inside, right? That's another way to do it. Do 2 here, and then there's another way to do it. And then there's something that we can do. It's another way is to do this, right? And it's exactly similar to this one, right? And then here we can put the values, right? For and then we can have another one. The other one is this one. String pets equals parrot. And then for char C in pets to char array, because we're changing this to an array of characters. This is a string, right? We can say sys out C. Okay. Now we print this, it's going to give us all the characters. P-A-R-R-2-A-O-T. Because we're changing the pets to an array of characters. And then this is a character, and it's giving the char type. So C is going to be every single character of the word parrot. Okay. Guys, I need to know if you are here and you are understanding.
I'm here.
Yes.
Okay.
You're just putting every characters in
Yeah.
string pairs.
Guys, I have a question for you. What is the default capacity of a string builder? Which one?
16.
Okay, that's good. And what is the default size?
$127.
You sure?
127 to minus 128.
No. String builder, builder 2 equals new string builder,
16 characters as well.
string builder, and then we do this. Now, if I do this out, builder, the length, okay, we get 0. Okay, so that is, the size is 0 by default. Okay, and the capacity is 16, like Maria said, right? By default. That's going to be a very stupid question in the exam, so be careful with that. Okay. Okay. Same thing as this. But this is an anonymous one, and this is not an anonymous one. Okay. There's another one like this one. All right. You can say this one, builder 3, with a 2, 3, 3, equals new string builder, and then we do this, and we'll give it a size of 5. All right, but that's an array. Okay, that's an array, and then you can start saying builder 3 append builder 3. Now, because this is an array. Okay. So build the 3. Maybe builder 0. Okay. And now we can say append and then 4. And then build the 3. 1. Append. Loop. Okay. So now if we print build the 4, build the 3, I'm sorry, then we're going to say for loop. Okay. For loop. And then we get that. Null pointer. And then we get that. Like 22. It's not necessary. Okay. All right. So we continue. I think this is 30:30. So guys, I think it's time to finish. Did you guys understand the lesson for today?
For the most part, I'll need to watch the video again.
So we cover StringBuilder methods, understanding equality, understanding arrays, using arrays, common array problems, and for each loop. Okay. So guys, don't forget to study. Okay, that's very important. Okay. I'm gonna push everything again. I'm gonna add it.
Are you gonna open more exam from that website? What's this?
The exams for which one?
Practice.
For this one?
Yeah, or any other topic.
I'm going to request access to WizLabs so you guys can start practicing. All right, so it's pushed there. It's pushed to GitHub. Right here. Arrays is there. All right. And stream builders, StringBuilder. Right. Ones that we saw for today. Okay, guys. So I hope you learned something today. And I will see you again on Thursday. All right. I'm gonna open. Let me do it right now. I'm gonna open. Well, actually, we haven't finished. We haven't finished module 5, so I cannot open module 5 exam. All right. But I'm gonna request from the